Good morning. Sir Keir Starmer has resisted demands from President Trump to send ships to secure the Strait of Hormuz, as Iran said only its regime could decide who would pass through the vital shipping lane. Britain is ready to help US attempts to unblock the straits with mine-hunting drones and anti-drone weapons, but is stopping short of sending the warships Trump's called for to keep what he said will keep the strait open and safe. Jason Pack is host of the Disorder podcast and an associate fellow at the Royal United Services Institute, and explained that one way that the UK could help shipping in the Straits was through Lloyd's of London.
The thing that Britain can do, not even getting into the whole naval and defending the Gulfi allies, is in the insurance and reinsurance markets. London is not a global leader in as many things as it was 50 or 100 years ago, but it is still the place where shippers are insured. And Lloyd's of London could be underwritten using American money and British know-how and have this be an opportunity for a British role in trying to get ships passing through the straits with insurance.
And military analyst, former Air Vice Marshal in the RAF and host of the Red Matrix podcast, Sean Bell, told us that he thinks the PM is right to resist the calls, and told us that he thinks that there's also other ways that the UK could help.
Things like anti-drone technology is an Octopus drone that's very effective at taking out these Shaheeds drones. But quite frankly, I don't think any of my military colleagues believe there's a military solution to the problems of the Straits of Hormuz. Ultimately, it's through political dialogue. And the challenge at the moment is that Trump seems to be just literally waging this war with his military machine where he has military dominance with no real plan for the day after. And that's the big challenge here.
2 people have died after an outbreak of meningitis in Canterbury. 13 cases have been reported in the last 2 days at the University of Kent. Antibiotics are being distributed to some students. 18-year-old Elina Shaw-Lothian caught the infection at a university in 2023.
I woke up with a headache. I then later became a bit dizzy. Later on in the afternoon and evening, I started to get really cold hands and feet, stiff joints. I started throwing up, and by the time I realised, okay, something's actually quite wrong, I started to go delirious.
The UK Health Security Agency is providing updates and advice to more than 30,000 students, staff and their families. They warn that students may confuse meningitis symptoms for a bad cold, flu or even a hangover. The number of young people out of work due to health problems has surged by 70% over the last decade. That's according to new analysis from the Health Foundation. Mental health issues and autism now account for over 2/3 of those aged 16 to 24 who are not in education, employment or training. Experts warn that this shifting health landscape could put the current generation at significant risk, suggesting that traditional employment solutions are no longer sufficient. Sir Keir Starmer's efforts to reset relations with the EU face a potential setback over a dispute regarding tuition fees for European students. EU negotiators are demanding that their students pay the same £9,500 rate as UK residents, rather than the much higher international fees. The row comes ahead of a key summit this summer where both sides hope to finalise a youth experience scheme to boost diplomatic ties. And a 43-year-old mother has been charged with the murder of her baby daughter in central London. The 18-day-old infant died on Saturday morning after falling from a height in Westminster. Zahira Bayone is due to appear at Westminster Magistrates Court today. And for a news bulletin when you want it, search for the Times Radio News Briefing on any podcast platform.